senses were going off, and I knew Kori was lost.
Hear me out, hear me out. Things you never show. There are the things I want to know. Secrets start in your heart so slow. But if you don't wanna tell me now, I guess I'll never know. Losing almost all my energy. It's getting hard to talk to you, and I'm the only one who speaks. It's all the things you never show. There are the things I want to know. Secrets start in your heart so slow. But if you don't wanna tell me now, I guess I'll never.
What do you think of Yosemite so far?
I like it. I bought harmonica for only $8.
You've gone back and forth. Was it 7, was it 8, or was it...
Here we go. You can take me there too.
So we're jumping in here to tell the story of what happened on this day that we were exploring Yosemite. Matt and both the girls have electric scooters, and we'd found out that so many trails around Yosemite are bike, e-bike, scooter, electric scooter, rollerblade, totally safe and friendly for using those. So we spoke to a park ranger the day before this occurred, and he told us about this great trail that you can electric scooter on, almost all the way up to the nature visitor center, which has a lot of art and artwork and art activities at it, and has waterfalls that you can play in. We started out on this trailhead, and I was walking and just recording the trailhead and enjoying it, and Kori and the girls were each on their scooters. Were you enjoying it?
Yeah, no.
Yes and no. Okay. Kori was just struggling a little bit on this day. Kori is autistic. She has autism. And some days are better than others for her as far as activity, getting out of her comfort zone, trying something new, and just experiencing. Yeah. Especially when it comes to a lot of different, what's the word I'm looking for? Stimuli. Yeah. So we go on this, and we get almost to the end of the trailhead. Like, we were really, really close. At the end of this trailhead, you have to park your scooter, and then you can walk over a bridge. That's where all the water is, and that's where the art center was. And we were almost there, and our sweet Kori couldn't go anymore.
No.
Had kind of a meltdown. And if you are autistic or have family members that are autistic, you understand an overstimulation meltdown, and that's about what was happening. So we made the choice for Avery and Matt to continue on because they wanted to see this bridge and the waterfalls and the art center. So we said, you know what, you guys go on. Kori and I will head back to the car. We'll meet you there when you're done.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So again, Kori's on her scooter and I'm on foot. E-scooters go fast.
Yeah, this one went like up to 30 miles.
Yeah. So we said goodbye to them. We turned around, and what happened?
I just started going.
You didn't pause and wait for me at all, did you?
I tried once, and then I saw you, and then I just kept going again.
So typically we have a rule where anytime we come to an intersection, a crossing, a stop, anything like that, the person that's ahead stops and waits for the group behind. This is our rule for hiking. This is our rule for walking around cities. This is just a standard rule that we have. So much so, it's a rule that even though I kept going, tell her to stop up ahead, I didn't. And frankly, I couldn't have, because she went so fast.
Was so far ahead.
And so far ahead, I couldn't even remind her to stop. So you're just zooming on, right? And your goal is to get to the car.
Yeah.
Because you were uncomfortable.
Yeah. That's all that was going through my head. After I had stopped, taken a pause to see Mom, and she was there, like, couple, like, just yards behind me, but I was able to see her, so I figured she was catching up and she could see me. So I just kept going because I was uncomfortable and I was overstimulated, and at that point I was just trying to get to the car.
Yeah. So Kori had a one-track mind. She just wanted to get to the car. As I was approaching each little intersection, each little stopping point, and I was seeing Kori was nowhere to be seen. She was completely out of my vision. I had no idea where she was. I started picking up the pace even more. And I got to a major intersection area where you have the choice to keep going straight on the path that we had come up and that we were supposed to go on to get back to the parking area, or you could kind of veer and go off a different way. As I approached that and I didn't see Kori, my mommy senses were going off, and I knew Kori was lost. This isn't the first time Kori's gotten lost, and it's not the first time that I knew almost instantly that she was lost. I knew, and when I got to this point, it was almost a confirmation for me that Kori was lost. So at this point in the story, from my point of view, I picked up my phone and tried seeing where Kori was. She didn't have her phone on her.
It was dead.
It was dead. So I couldn't get a hold of her. We're also in Yosemite, so cell service is very spotty. At this point, when you hit this spot, do you know the spot I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You veered.
I did veer. It took me, I don't even know. It was like some 3 streets down from the parking lot, because there were like roads at this point, so like 3 roads down.
Yeah, it actually took her to the main drive.
Yeah.
And I'll insert a picture on here. I'll show you. It took her to the main drive.
Yeah.
And what happened?
I started getting scared, and I thought I had completely passed the parking lot by now. I was so worried. I thought I was like at least like a mile ahead of the parking lot. Like, I was completely lost. And so I sat down on the side of the road, and I tried not to cry because I didn't want to get embarrassed. And I just kind of sat there for what felt like an hour. It was probably closer to 15 minutes at most. But it was super scary, and I just kind of sat there and tried not to cry. And then
Hold on, we'll get to that point.
When you're lost, this is what I've always been told, is when you're lost or you can't find your group, you realize you're lost, you find a safe place, you sit there, and you don't move, and you let your group come find you. They'll realize that you're lost, and they'll be looking for you. Right.
And in national parks, who can you go to for help?
The rangers.
The rangers, that's right. So while this is happening for her, I am now getting back to the village that we started at, because in Yosemite and in other national parks, each area is called a village. And so I got back to our starting point of this village, and I'm run walking to our car at this point, because I'm thinking maybe she went to the truck and she knew I would find her at the truck. I get to the truck and she's nowhere to be seen, which is, of course, a mother's worst nightmare. So at this point, I put my camera away because, out of respect for Kori, myself, and the whole situation, I didn't record any of this. I didn't feel like it was right to record the Kori in this situation, knowing that when I did come and find her, she was going to be extremely emotional, and I didn't feel right recording that. So I just put everything in the car and I called Matt. Matt had his phone on him and was able to communicate, thank goodness. So I called Matt and I let him know, hey, Kori's missing. And I don't know if he fully comprehended at this moment what I meant by Kori is missing and I can't find Kori. But he and Avery said, we're on our way back. So I said, okay, on your way back on the trail, watch for Kori. And I started back redoing the trail to go back the way I came and possibly even go to that veered spot to see if I could find her on that way and take that direction. What was going on with you? What happened?
So at this point, people started, I was like, there's this area where like the cars would park.
There was a pullout.
There was like a pullout, and so I was just sitting on the ground at the pullout because I was scared, and some people would ask me if I was okay, and I'd just say yes, thinking that everything would be fine. And some people came and told me to move out of the spot so that they could park.
No.
And that's when I started crying, because I'm like, why didn't I say I was in trouble, and why am I just sitting here crying? Like, why am I just sitting here not asking for help? And so I was crying, and eventually these people came and found me, and they asked if I was all right, and I said, I can't find my parents. And they were kind enough to let me use their phone, and I was able to call my mom and tell her what was going on.
So she called me. She was pretty hysterical. And so I'm asking her where she is, and she has no idea. And so these kind people, thank goodness for them, then got on the phone with me. We figured out where we were. They were just down the street and around the corner from where I was. They were not even, they were probably about a mile total away, and that's nothing. She was on the main road. She had gone into a pullout and was just sitting on the main road. They were on scooters, e-bikes.
Yeah, e-bikes.
They were on e-bikes with their dogs, and they drove her, and she followed them into the village area that I was at, right?
Yeah.
And when you were coming into that village area, did you realize how close you were?
Yeah, and I felt stupid, but I was...
Oh, no.
No, I felt stupid, but I was like, it's okay, I was lost, I was scared. But I did feel kind of stupid. I'm like, it's right here.
But you went a completely different way.
I went a completely different way.
I can understand why you didn't know where you were.
Yeah.
So don't beat yourself up. So we reunited, and it was very good. It was very nice. To those people that helped us, odds are they're never going to see this, but thank you so much. You helped us out. I was about ready to start getting rangers involved, which they probably would have found her fairly quickly, because there was a teenage girl sitting on the side of the road crying at one of the pullouts not far from us. So, but they helped us in an immense way and helped us find our girl much quicker than it could have taken without them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Thank
So,
you.
what are your rules?
Stop and wait for the group.
Right.
At appropriate times.
Yep.
If you do end up getting lost, stay where you're at. Somebody will come find you. And it's okay to ask for help.
All good things. Good job, Kori. This isn't the first time Kori's gotten lost somewhere. So we do go over these, right? And it's okay. You made it back to us and you were safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we ended up having a great day. Do you remember all those beautiful things that we saw that day? Up on the high hills
Oh yeah,
and
that was cool.
the waterfalls and
Yeah.
all those cool pictures we took.
Yeah,
Do you
that was
remember
awesome.
that?
Yeah.
Did you like Yosemite?
Yeah.
Mostly?
I liked it.
Yeah. So don't let a little blip in your day ruin your day.
Yeah.
We were able to push forward from it, right?
Yeah.
And what did we go get after that? We went to Yosemite Village and got you a Mr. Pibb.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
She was very shaken up and lots of emotions. And so we got her some caffeine and helped her to feel a little bit better,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
going on. Look at me sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out. It's all the things you never show. There are the things I want to know. Secrets die in your heart so slow. But if you don't wanna tell me now, I guess I'll never know. Losing almost all my energy. It's getting hard to talk to you, and I'm the only one who speaks.
Jesus. That's a village right down there.
That's where we were at.
That's legit where we were.
We were down right. We can't see it because we're still up on it. But we were down right down here.
Yeah. That's so cool.
In a cloud.
Right, Avery? No.
Here we go